What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dueling Aces. Happy Monday. How's it going, Mike?
Happy Wednesday indeed. There, wait on the hump day. Got a lot of early games today. Can't wait, man. Gonna be a fantastic day. You, my man, are on 7-1 yesterday. Anybody that's in top flight wagers, nice little Discord. Congrats to you members. Telling you, man, Wade's picks pays for themselves really just in a day or two. Only $1 a day to join his Discord. Great time to do it coming off a 7-1 day. Um, don't miss out. Let's roll. Show did pretty well yesterday too. Went 3-1.
Yeah, man, we've been on a nice little heater in baseball. It's overall since last week we've been profitable most days, so we've been on a nice run. Yeah, yesterday, man, we ended up going 3-1, and we still have the bonus play for the Baltimore Philly game to go under 8.5.
Yeah,
Waking up to a beautiful 7.5 line on that this morning, so we got some nice CLV there, and
come on.
that puts us to 91-58 for the show. Um, Working on that percentage right now because I'm not really sure what that is. I think that's still going to keep us right around 61%. We do another 3-1 day today, that'll put us right. We'll get right back into that 62%
Go.
mark. What's your first play of the day, my man? I'm so
Yeah.
excited for the day. I know we got the games coming up in about 2.5 hours, and most
Yeah.
of my plays are actually early on today. I was hoping I could get some of the later games, but most of my stuff's early today.
I'm glad to hear you say this. I don't have one single late play today. All
Yeah,
mine's early, so I like this because I'm gonna find out if I'm a winner or loser real quick today, and then
yeah.
not worry about it the rest of the day. So it's kind of nice. Let's go, Robbie Ray, under 2.5 earned runs, minus 145 at Fanatics. Wait, ain't gonna lie, I was shocked they give us 2.5. I thought this would be 1.5. That terrible P Rats lineup. Then you look at Ray, man. He's been the model of consistency all year long. I think I've cashed 2 earned runs props on him already. Haven't been doing these that long. But then I go and look at his history 17-6 the under against this line this season. That's good enough for a winning percentage, almost 74% against this 2.5 number. You go and even the juicy minus 145 odds, that kind of stinks. But you look at it, do the quick, dirty Alabama math. You only got to win 59.2% of the time against 145 to break even. That gives us a implied edge of 14.7%. Now, that's not exact, and that's just, quick and dirty Alabama math, as I like to say. But my goodness, how do you not play Ray under 2.5? Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. It's been a cash cow all year long for us in any kind of unders, no matter how we bait them. We've also made some good coin taking overs against strikeouts. But man, oh man, just 29th this season against left-handed pitchers in WRC plus. I don't see that being any different today. Yeah, they're at home, but it hadn't really mattered. They only average about 3.5 runs per game at home. Um, yeah, like Ray quite a bit. It's probably my favorite play on the board. I don't normally like these juicier plays, but you look wink, wink offshore, and a lot of these lines are minus 175, minus 185 on Ray. So it looks like a lot of value on this under 2.5 earned runs. I know you like this one as well, so it makes me want to put a few extra shekels on it. But anything to add on this play, my man?
I don't think so. Yeah, I gave this out at minus 145 to my members. Yeah, it's just I like the fact that he has not seen
Yes.
Pittsburgh this year.
Yes.
They're starting to hit left-handed pitchers a little bit better, but if you look, most of the left-handed pitchers have had success against this lineup over the last 2 seasons. I also expect him to get strikeouts today. Most of the left-handed pitchers in his caliber have at least 7 strikeouts on them, if not more. Um, yeah, I really like it. I'm just happy he hasn't seen them yet because usually, if this was the second time around, I might be a little more skeptical. And they actually just saw the each other recently, so back in San Francisco. So
Yeah.
good thing that he missed them because now he gets a good shot at a pretty weak lineup against left-handed pitchers. So I think it's a really good look.
Appreciate
And I
it,
think
man.
that's
What
yeah,
is
that's well,
play?
that's going to lead right into my play. I'm just going to jump right into another team that's also struggling against left-handed pitchers, and I'm gonna this. I think we've played him every single start. think maybe the first start of the season, we didn't touch him. Actually, we did. We just didn't touch. We took his outs instead of his earned runs. After taking his outs because his I think his opening line was 14 and a half outs after that first game. It was never that again. And we've been riding his under 2.5 earned runs ever since. I believe he's only lost twice for us, and that would be Mr. Andrew Abbott of the Cincinnati
Yeah.
Reds. Under 2.5 earned runs. Trying to see, gave that out minus 125. We've actually been able to get him right around plus money last couple starts because he's had some tougher
Nice.
matchups. He's got a pretty tough matchup today. Just overall as a team going against the Cubs, but they have really been struggling against left-handed pitchers. As I said, over the last 14 days against left-handed pitchers, they are ranked third last in WOBA, fourth
Yeah.
last in WRC plus. They
Yeah.
are third last in OPS. They are sixth worst in on base percentage, and they have the seventh worst average. All while striking out, I believe, ninth highest those last 14 days. Even though Abbott isn't a high strikeout guy, he has been hitting strikeouts more this season. Um, I don't expect him to rack up a ton of Ks today, but he should be able to reach 4 or 5 against this lineup. One thing I liked about him, especially, is his head-to-head. He has already seen them twice this year, so that gives me a little bit of pause. But overall, his last 3 starts against them, he's allowed 1, 1, and 0 runs, doing all that in at least 5 innings in all those games, if not more. And I just like overall he's been an absolute stud. .218 batting average against 2.15 ERA, a 3.60 FIP, and his WOBA overall is a .274. I don't love his expected stuff today. When I went to Baseball Savant, I was actually expecting it to be a little bit higher. I was expecting batting average is .295, and I usually like to see that WOBA in like a red box, kind of like Cade Horton's is today. If you look at his WOBA is a .01, what is that, .019?
Yeah,
But
it's
I but
crazy.
they do kind of generate that all based off of the plate appearances, and he's
Yeah,
seen the
that's
Cubs
exactly what
78
it is.
times. And there are a couple of Cubs that have seen him and hit him well. But overall, as a whole, he usually gets through this lineup pretty well without giving up too much damage. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives up 2 runs today, but I think he can get through 5, 6 innings, staying right at that 2 run mark.
Yeah, I like this. This is another reason to sign up for Wade's Discord, guys. He's really, really good at checking all the boxes. He's not just checking season long data, he's checking current form as far as last 30, last 14 days, all that. Hitting one of those weird things. I don't know if any of y'all play ball out there. Hitting's a weird thing. When you're slumping at the plate, I mean, you just don't see the ball well. Cubs ain't seen the ball well lately. Now, their season long numbers are fantastic, but yeah, the last 14, even the last month, they've been struggling.
I forgot
And
to mention, I think
they
17
had
of the last 20, 17 of the last 20 left-handed pitchers have been under this line against them. So
There you go. There you go. That's all you need to know. And so a lot of their damages come against righties. Abbott's been a cash cow all year long in a lot of different categories. I really, really like this guy. I still think he's pretty underrated when you think about it. And I did check. Weather's always a concern at Wrigley with the wind, but it's even in our favor here. It's going to be blowing in all game
nice.
long, 6.5 miles an hour. So that is a beautiful thing to help this out. Love that. So yeah, I like this quite a bit as well. If the Cubbies were on their game, I probably wouldn't play it. But the fact that they've been struggling so bad the last month makes me really like that play. So good stuff.
Yeah, we've been not afraid to go against the Cubs. We've cashed most of our bets. Um, Took a little bad loss, I believe, 2 nights ago when they faced Lodolo, and he got pulled with a blister on his finger.
Oh,
I think he
what
was
a
in,
bummer.
in en
I
route
remember
to
that.
having another good start against them. So um, that might be one. I think we've been lucky this year actually with baseball. We've only lost maybe 2 or 3 pitchers to injury in the middle of a game. I know last year we lost like 5 or 6. So this
Oh,
year
I think
we've
that
had,
was tough.
not even though that's not even that much over the course of a season. Last year
Feels
felt like a
like it.
lot more. This season
Yeah.
we've been very lucky. So what's your play number 2, my man?
Yeah, let's stay with the earned runs market.
Are
Another
we?
guy.
Okay. Okay.
I've kind of liked my flavor of the week, I guess. I'm just really liking the research
Yeah.
on it. Got kind of
Yeah.
bored with the K's, and the K's just seem a little more random around the trade deadline to me.
I think
So
guys' arms a little more rusty too with the
yeah,
strikeout props. They're not
yeah, yeah.
their control is not as good. A lot of our strikeout guys are walking guys more, and I think
Oh,
with the earned run props, it's hard to navigate. It's hard to figure out that the outs market. Guys are still going deep, but guys are also getting pulled a little bit earlier too. No
sure.
rhyme or reason, and that those earned runs are just crucial when guys are getting pulled early.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So let's go Carlos Rodon under two and a
Oh,
half earned
nice,
runs. Yeah, I played minus 125 at Fanatics.
nice,
Will
nice.
Warren cashed this prop for us last night. Did it really well too. It didn't even give up a single earned run. That was awesome. Like Rodon pretty well too. I don't like him as much as I did Warren. Warren had a little bit better history. Rodon's 13 and 10 to the under this season, which isn't like the world of fire, but still pretty decent. He's also 7 and 5 of the under on the road here. Texas starting to come to life a little bit, but man, I just can't ignore the season long numbers. I mean, just 27 WRC plus against lefties on the season. Rodon's slider is, I think, one of the best in the game. Probably the best in the American League. I won't say in all of baseball because I still think Chris Sale has the best overall slider, but of course Sale's on IL. What else is new? Every Braves pitcher this year has been on IL, but that's another rabbit trail. I won't go down right now. It's too painful for me as a Braves fan. Uh, but Rodon's numbers against this Texas lineup really, really good. 88 plate appearances faced, 25% K rate, expected batting rate just 212. So he should be able to dominate. Texas has struggled, like I said, against lefties for most of the season. Really was pretty satisfied to get this at 2.5. Had a decent juice here. Just think Rodon stuff. Like I said, that slider's just filthy. Think he turns in a good performance this afternoon against the Rangers. And don't look now, Wade, but the boys in pinstripes, Yankees are scuffling, and it could mess them up. I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs at this rate, man. It's kind of on a different subject, but yeah, like Rodon under 2.5 quite a bit.
You think so, huh? They might not, man. The Red Sox and the Blue Jays keep playing.
Yeah,
The Yankees might fall out.
it's nuts. It wouldn't hurt my feelings none. I hate the Yankees, always have, always will. But yeah, I mean, they're sitting in third right now. They're 6.5 games back at Toronto. And that's crazy. It's just crazy to me. But oh well, who knows? What is your
Well,
second play here, con sir? You got
I
something for
like
the
that play. I looked at it myself. I didn't get to it because I didn't like Warren yesterday. His road stuff is just scaring me off it. I might
yeah,
still get to it. I like it. I like his numbers as his overall. I believe he has 8 starts against this team. 4 of them with 4 or 5 with the Yankees. He's been under every single start except I think one with the Yankees. So
cool.
I think I like it a lot.
Sweet.
Let's see. Next one I'm gonna go to. Usually I don't really take it. I was gonna flip it around, but I think I'm just gonna stick with it here. My second play is going to be Ranger Suarez to go over five and a
Yeah,
half strikeouts. He's not
yeah,
typically a 6 strikeout guy for me. Usually I do like to stick him in a 2 leg parlay at 5Ks, which I actually did do that today as well. Sometimes I'll parlay and play a guy at a straight line if I'm confident in them enough in a matchup that I like enough, especially if I'm a little worried about the straight line that I'm about to give you guys. I think for sure his 5 is going to cash. I think 6 might get a little sweaty, but I do think we can get there, especially just based off of the data. Baltimore over the last 7 days is striking out the most to left-handed pitchers at a 35% clip. I know it's not a lot, but if you look at the plate appearances, they are eighth most over the last 7 days against left-handed pitchers, right around 75 plate appearances. So still good enough data for me to ride that out. Also, I believe the Orioles are on the road, and when you check left-handed pitchers or versus left-handed pitchers on the road, um, they are 32% the last 14 or the last 7 days, Flip it to the last 14 days, they are sitting right around 26% on the road against left-handed pitchers. Another thing that I like is they are coming off back-to-back games against two lefties that got them pretty well here. Pulling that up now, Jesus Luzardo had 7, Matthew Boyd had 8. I think Ranger Suarez is better, if not right in that same range. Luzardo can strike out maybe more than Ranger, but he's more inconsistent. He has these games where he has 2 or 3, then he'll go off for 12. Boyd's not really a K guy, and he found 8 on them. So I just feel like he's catching them at a good time where it's a good spot to take 6. I know Rangers last start, a lot of people, especially in the Twitter world, were on Ranger to get 6 Ks against the Tigers. I didn't necessarily like that because he only had like 2 or 3 hitters where he had a 23 or 25% strikeout rate or higher against them, kind of in a similar boat here against the Orioles, but he hasn't seen as many of the hitters. So I think he's got a good numbers against 3 of these guys. Most of their guys he hasn't seen yet with their current form. I also think that he can just navigate this. That the books have him at 18 and a half outs. I think he'll at least go 6. I think he can average at least 1 against this lineup. So I think 6 can be pretty safe for a straight. If you don't
Yeah.
like that straight number, then because it is juicy, I believe I gave that out of minus 150. I don't even know if it's minus 150 anymore. So if you don't want to take a juicy K prop, I would just take his 5 and maybe pair it with a something like a Ray 6 or a Flaherty 5, something like that. So what you think about Suarez 6 Ks, my man?
I'm a Ranger Suarez guy, baby. Always have been, probably always will be. I hate that he plays for the Phillies because I hate the Phillies. But yeah, he's 10-6 against this line overall this year. He's hit this number in 6 of his last 9 starts. So yeah, I like it quite a bit. Made a lot of coin this season fading this Orioles lineup. And I don't know if you're seeing what they're doing here. They've waved the white flag. They unloaded a ton of guys at the deadline. They're playing a lot of young guys they just brought up from AAA, so Suarez could rack up a lot of Ks. They've even been taking Gunnar Henderson out some late in the game, especially if they're getting blown out and I want to get him hurt. But you check some of these young guys and their K rates. My goodness, Ryan Noda, K rate 42.9%. Alex Jackson, their catcher, 40.5%. Colton Cowser, even great young player, but K rate 32.7%.
Yep.
So you just got a ton of K targets in this lineup. Now, Suarez is more of a ground ball guy, but he does have strikeout stuff when he needs it. I think his chase rate's to 81st percentile. So that sinker's still really nasty. Curveball is as well. I like this one quite a bit here, man. I think just from a matchup perspective, I'm a big matchup guy. Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah, this is
really
purely matchup. Normally, we would not be taking Suarez at 6 strikeouts. This is
yeah, it's
purely,
matchup.
purely, purely matchup based. Even though he
Yeah,
has hit this number, it's with the strikeout props, we usually like to stick around what we call their magic number. I think Suarez his magic number is more 4 or 5, where he hits that more of like 85%. When you get up to
yeah,
6, he just it's hit or miss, but I like his form lately. Like you said, 6 of his last 9 at home, he's been pretty well off. I just think being able to go deep, as long as he goes deep, I absolutely think he can average at least 1 strikeout um, against this
yeah.
lineup. And for some chance they let him go 7 innings today, and he gets lucky to go 7 innings. I definitely think he's going to get 7 strikeouts today.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if he does go 7 because
I think
Baltimore
he's
is
only gone a couple times past 18 this
Baltimore's been
season, but
struggling. I know we don't look a lot at like last 7, but I do just for kicks every once in a while. And I believe Baltimore's dead last over the last week. WRC plus overall. It's against righties or left. Just overall, they're dead last. They've been struggling a lot.
yep.
Could keep going deep. Yeah, a lot to like about Suarez. I think it's a good look. I think it's pretty safe at that straight line. Wouldn't even
Very good.
mind sprinkling a ladder on that as well. I think he can get 7, 8, 9 today. Actually,
Yeah, he could be a good target for that. I think him, Ray, and Rodon could all be good in line for strikeout ladders, especially Rodon. He's had some pretty good success against Texas, where he's reached 8, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts against them multiple times. So that could be one to look out, especially with Rodon's been on a little strikeout tear. He was going off earlier in the season, and he hit a slump there where he was only getting like 5 strikeouts for about 5 straight games. But those were also against
Yeah,
teams that he just doesn't strike out. Red Sox, couple games with the Reds. Now he's back to facing some teams that he's normally striking out, and he's back to getting 7, 8, 9 strikeouts. So we'll see if Rodon can keep under 2.5 earned runs, and
oh,
we'll do a quick rundown, and then we'll get out of here. We still have the bonus play that's coming
yeah.
up from yesterday. That'll be going live here in about I guess about 1 hour. Baltimore and Philly under 8.5. If we cash that, that'll move yesterday's day to a 4-1
Oh,
overall. So hopefully we can cash that. And then today's bets, Mike gave out Robbie Ray under 2.5 earned runs for the San Francisco Giants. He gave out Carlos Rodon of the New York Yankees to go under 2.5 earned runs. I gave out Andrew Abbott of the Cincinnati Reds to go under 2.5 earned runs, and then Ranger Suarez to have 6 strikeouts. Again, that Ranger Suarez play is a little juicy, I believe. So if you don't like that, just pair his 5 on Fanatics or DraftKings with somebody like a Rodon or Ray or Flaherty. I like all three of those guys today, all their alts. So appreciate you guys watching today. Let's keep this thing rolling. I don't know if we'll have a baseball show tomorrow. I'd like to get a college football thing done tomorrow.
yeah.
Maybe we'll just record both back to back, and I'll just have two things to edit tomorrow. So, anyways, appreciate you guys, and let's cash these tickets.
Let's do it.